It's just an example of a server launch schedule for a game in China called Aojian. They launched 793 servers on one platform alone. So you can see here kind of what happens, with the quick server launch and the merging and stuff like that. It's pretty simple from a developer's perspective. They just throw all the data onto one server and they put a server number in front of everybody's character name. So you can kind of see here, this is like server 500 and the character's name, server 510 and the character's names. And it basically just pops up to your, next to your name in game. All right, we got to talk at least for a couple minutes about catching whales. I'm not talking about Shamu here. My definition of a whale is a player that's willing to invest a significant amount of money in your game. I think that's kind of obvious. But I think, from a publisher's perspective is that, I think for most publishers out there as well, we find that a handful of players make up a significant percentage of revenue, especially once you get into the mid-hardcore free-to-play type model. And even I think for social games, it's true as well. So when we think about whales, we think about, these guys who drive around Ferraris or Lamborghinis all day and then, come home and spend $1,000 on Farmville. But in Chinese browser games specifically, Despend increases with your level or how powerful your character is. So we don't tend to see kind of this flat spending pattern across the board. We tend to see that, from level 1 to level 10, as a hardcore player, it takes this amount of money. Then level 10 to level 20, it takes this amount of money. And sometimes we see these numbers go up exponentially. And a lot of Chinese games have a problem with, getting to a certain level. The monetization is kind of smooth, and then all of a sudden it skyrockets and kind of kills off the game. So again, like the pet example, if a tier 1 pet costs $5, a tier 2 pet costs $25, a tier 3 pet costs $125, and there are 10 tiers of pets in this game, I think you guys can do the math. And that's before, you upgrade the maturity and you breed them and get, their second generations and third generations and, everything like that. So I think, as designers, if there's one thing that we can take out of this is just, honest to God, if I wanted to spend $100,000 in your game, could I do it? Which is difficult in a lot of games, but surprisingly simple in Chinese games. I wanted to get a screenshot from one of those games like Immortal Path who have users who have spent upwards of $700,000 to $800,000 US over the past 6 months. But this was the best one I could find offhand. So this player on this one game purchased 7,013,400 crystal, which is equal to like 111,000 US. It's kind of stupid. I mean, obviously I'm a gamer myself, so it's hard for me to kind of justify purchases like that. But you see these all the time. I mean, in China, this is not rare. So.